Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight. I hope na nakapag-dinner na po ba tayo? It's already 8 o'clock and I hope nakapag-chill na rin kayo, nakapag-relax. I know sobrang init po sa labas today, no? I don't know ilang degrees, pero sadyang napakainit talaga, no? Napakasakit sa balat pag tumama yung yung init. So I hope na every time na lumalabas po kayo ay mag-load talaga kayo ng enough water sa katawan, no, para maiwasan po natin yung mga dehydration, no? And at the same time, maingat na rin po tayo sa sa yung tinatawag ba natin na heat stroke. Kasi medyo medyo real po yung mga heat stroke na yan, lalo na po sa mga panahon ngayon na medyo talaga ang init, no? I'm not familiar kung gaano kataas yung temperature na yan, but kanina po lumabas po ako saglit, may binili lang. Napakainit talaga, no? And I always say this na what will make you actually medyo tired is actually when you get dehydrated. So iwasan niyo po na ma-dehydrate kayo, but nevertheless I advise na drink enough water po. No? Drink enough water. Ako po, if na-notice nyo every time na nagma-mastermind tayo, yung baso ko po is normally or abnormally big. Actually, ito po 1 liter. I tend to consume 3 to 5 liters in a day, no? Una, for cleansing purposes. Pangalawa, to beat the hydration. I know others ay hindi po kakayanin pong ganun po kadami na tubig, but I started with 1 liter, 2 liters, 3 liters, and then gradually ini-increase ko po. Anyway, pag water naman, pag nag-excess naman po ito naman iihi mo na lang eh. So you tend to feel na magaan. Ako ay way quite bigger eh, pero if I drink a lot of water, I feel lighter, no? I feel lighter, parang gumagaan ka. So that would be best also, no? Water. So drink more water. As much as possible, iwasan po natin yung mga sodas, yung mga colas, no, soft drinks. Ang iba nagju-juice, pero I suggest na i-tone down na rin. Pero kung hindi mo po kakayanin, piliin mo po yung medyo lesser sugar, no? So wala pa rin tatalo sa water, no? Wala pa rin tatalo sa water. So drink more water. And kanina na-notice ko na sa sobrang init po, pag natamaan ng init yung balat, parang humahapdi. So if ever po you're out, may mga maninipis naman na mga sweatshirt, di ba? So if you can have that, para magiging protection na rin doon sa may arms mo, that would be best. If you could wear a cap, much better. Lalo na ako nakakalbo na, so I prefer to wear cap, something that can hide my baldness, no? Itong nakakalbo na tayo. So that's it, no? So I hope na you do take care of your body. That's the only body we have. When this body bugs down, apektado po lahat, no? So if naka-tune in na po kayo ngayon dyan, if you have some invited guests, baka nakalimutan nila yung schedule, you can remind them, no? You can text them, you can chat them, or you can even i-mention dito po sa community po natin para ma-notify po siya, no? So let me greet some few friends of ours na nandito po ngayon sa gabi na to. Nandito si Ruela Curatsa, no, Buntilao, from Compostela, Cebu. Kasama din po natin dito si Julius Dusdus. Nakita ko po siya kanina na may ikli name na cheque doon sa post niya sa Facebook, no? May ikli name na cheque, tapos nakaposting pa siya doon kasama yung CEO ng company niya. Tapos nandito rin po si Irene Crita, no? Tapos si Marivic Delgado from Palawan. Ako hangang-hanga ako to kay Marivic, no? Walang mintis to, parati itong nandito. Tapos kasama rin po natin si Marites de la Cruz. Tapos si Draw Ranger, no? Ganda ng pangalan, ha? Draw, no? Draw Ranger. Then kasama din po natin si Mary Ann Quintinita, no? Magkikita kami nito sa Sabado sa Balamban, Cebu. Then nandito rin si Ann Manili, no? All the way from South Korea. Tapos si Ividel Andalis, no? From Inglanilla, Cebu. Then nandito rin si Ana Leia, no? Kasama din po natin ngayon, no? Si Ana Leia nasa Doha pala, no? Nasa Doha. Okay. So thank you, Ana, no, for joining with us. Si Helen nandito sa Quezon City. At si Riddell Sacnanas, no? Nandito lang po 'yan sa I'm not sure, but I think Riddell is just here from Lapu-Lapu City. Kasama din po natin si Gilbert Minyosa all the way from Saudi Arabia, no? So kasama din po siya natin ngayon all the way from Saudi Arabia. Tapos si Lizelle Dano from Tagbilaran City, Bohol, no? Ano ba 'yun? City of Golden Friendship. Yan si Riddell from Lapu-Lapu City. Okay? Then so international tayo ngayon. May mga classmates tayo na taga Doha, taga South Korea, at saka taga Saudi Arabia, no? Ewan ko kung makakasali ba ngayon si Ma'am Ormina from Canada, no? Tapos si Jocelyn Abukay nandito rin. Thank you for joining, Jocelyn, no? Tapos si Sir Ray, no? Rinaldo from Minglanilla, Cebu, no? From Minglanilla, Cebu si Sir Ray. Okay? Yan. So guys, nasa episode 10 na po tayo ngayon, no? Medyo marami na rin po tayong natakol, no? So mga kumbaga 10 episodes, so 10 days na rin po 'yon. So I'm happy, no, na nakaabot po tayo sa episode na to at parami pa po ang mga learnings at saka mga lessons na tatahakin pa po natin. Kung nais niyo pong i-review ang mga lessons po natin, ito po ay nakastore dyan po sa Pinoy Homepreneur na FB group community natin. So, mabrowse nyo po dyan ulit. Tapos, naka-archive din po ito siya doon sa YouTube channel natin. So, pwede nyo po silang balik-balikan doon. In fact, right after the seminars we have, doon sa mga group chat, ay sinishare ko po yon para at least doon sa mga hindi po naka-attend sa class na to, at least ma-review din po nila. Pero mas maganda pa rin yung live na gagawin, live na panonoorin ba. Kumbaga nakakasali talaga siya sa klase. So kasama din po natin ngayong gabi si Melbert Taneo from Mandawi City at saka si Michelle Bedia, no? Dito lang sa Lapu-Lapu, kasama din po natin. Si Jaime Tiin from Quezon City. Ito si Sir Jaime, parating present to. Ngayon, kasama din po natin si Flora Araya from Kuwait, no? If I'm not mistaken, si Flora Araya is from Kuwait, no? So, marami tayo ngayong international. May taga Doha, may taga Kuwait, may taga Saudi Arabia, may taga South Korea. So, international po tayo. So, at sana ho ay subaybayan nyo po parati itong masterclass natin. Ang dami na po nating mga learnings na itakol. Okay? So, sa pagpapatuloy po ng talakayan po natin, so since nandito na po tayo sa episode 10, sa pagpapatuloy po nito, dadaan lang po tayo ng mga kaunting review, no, para at least ma-refresh lang po natin. Now, napag-usapan natin during the time na if there is one distinct characteristic sa isang entrepreneur, ay ito po yung pagiging risk taker. Ang isang entrepreneur, wala pa po tayong na-encounter na tawagin natin siya na entrepreneur kung hindi siya risk taker. So sa makatwid, pag sinabi natin isa siyang entrepreneur, isa talaga siyang risk taker. At gumawa tayo ng acronym sa mga pag-uusapan natin with regards to the word na risk. So ano po ba yung risk? Ito po yun, relationship to be built, investment to be made, skills to be learned, and knowledge to be possessed. So, napag-usapan na po natin yung relationship to be built. Naintindihan natin na part of being entrepreneur, napaka-importante po ang relationship na i-build po natin sa kapwa po natin negosyante. Importante po yon. It's not just all about the money, but more so, it's the relationship that we are able to build. Pangalawa po, napag-usapan din po natin yung mga investment na kakailanganin natin. In fact, nilagay natin siya sa isang acronym na human, no? Ano ba yun? Hours or time, utilize technology, material things, abilities, and N is network or contacts. So doon pala tayo mag-i-invest ng panahon, no? Doon sa oras natin na ibibigay sa negosyo, yung utilization of technology, ang paggamit sa technology para po magiging mas mabilis. Tapos, material things na kakailanganin natin para i-set up natin yung negosyo natin. Na i-suggest natin na dapat sa mga bahay-bahay natin ay dapat may working area talaga. So I hope na after our discussion last night, ay inayos na po ninyo yung lugar dyan sa bahay ninyo na magkaroon po kayo ng tinatawag natin na working area para pag nakaupo po kayo doon, ay nasa work mode na po kayo. Pinag-usapan natin ang tungkol sa abilidad, no? Sabi natin na ang bawat isa sa atin, nung nilikha tayo ng Diyos, ay binigyan po tayo ng mga kakayahan. At ang kakayahan na to ay gagamitin po natin para ito po ay magiging blessing po sa ibang tao na rin. Okay? Tapos yung huli, yung N, yung network or contacts. Part sa pagiging isang entrepreneur ay patuloy po tayong magkakaroon dapat ng contacts, no? Hindi po dapat natin lilimitahan kung sino lang po ba yung existing natin na mga kakilala. So ito po ay tuloy-tuloy na gawain. So it's a progressive thing. No? You don't stop getting to know people. In fact, nagbiro pa tayo na ang puhunan natin dyan ay yung smile, di ba? Yun ang biniro natin. In which, tama naman talaga, just a little smile, it would send a different message na po doon sa magiging kakilala po natin. Okay? So, sa gabi na to, ay nasa letter S na po tayo. So, ano ba ang letter S? Okay. Ito po yung letter S. Skills to be learned. So, Joff, may mga skills pala na kailangan talaga nating aralin. Well, yes, no, there has to be a set of skills. Hindi naman natin siguro ma-discuss lahat-lahat ng kakailanganin natin. But titingnan na lang natin yung mga overview skills na we really need, no? Because all of those skills ay magkakaroon po tayo ng mga separate class para po doon. Okay? So ito lang po ay para lang po general idea kasi this what makes you become an entrepreneur. Okay? So why skills are important na dapat po matutunan natin? Precisely because desire alone is not enough. Alam niyo po, pag kayo po ay nag-attend ng mga seminars, no, in which there are times na kayo din ay maimbitahan po ng mga tinatawag natin na mga opportunity meetings or opportunity seminars. Now, if manotice po ninyo, if mag-attend po kayo ng mga ganun na mga seminars, ay nakatutok po sila doon sa tinatawag natin na desire, no? Kaya nga pinag-usapan yung dream, yung goal. Wala pong masama doon, no? Wala pong masama doon. Yung presentation na ganun is the intention is to stir up, no, those inner desires that we have. Tinatanong tayo yung mga inner why natin, pero sa long run na takbo ng negosyo, desire alone will never be enough. No, hindi po siya talaga sapat lang. Because ang desire naman kasi is motivated by emotions. Okay? And when it is motivated by emotions, unstable po yan. Okay? Remember that. If things or characters are motivated by emotions, that is highly unstable. So, medyo very volatile po yan, no? Ang mga responses dyan. So, not advisable na dapat desire lang alone. It is part, but it's not just desire alone. Hindi siya sapat, no? Kung tutuusin. Now, if that would be the case, why is it, Joff, na hindi siya sapat? Because you need to learn how to run the business. Now, business is a science. No? This is not just something na you feel like doing it. This is not just something na gana-gana mo lang. Now, there are things that you need to learn because you have to keep your business up and running. Di ba? Hindi ka naman siguro nagnegosyo kasi uso. Hindi ka rin naman siguro nagnegosyo dahil nakita mo yung mga kapitbahay mo na nagnegosyo rin. So, there has to be something na dapat mong maintindihan na once you start having the business, you need to keep that business up and running. So, hindi po siya, sa makatwid po, hindi po siya gana-gana lang. No? Hindi po siya hanggang kausuhan lang. So, it's never gonna be enough. So, your skill is highly important, especially in running your business. No? So, importante po siya. Now, in the long run, you will be needing things na dapat ma-develop mo, na mga areas po sa buhay natin bilang isang negosyante. So there are areas that we need to really learn, or we really need to develop. Through the years po, marami po akong mga experiences na nadaanan po, one after the other, some of which are good and some of which are bad. But I never really consider those things na walang silbi. But rather, I consider those things as a reference of my learning. Na ibig sabihin, nagkakamali man tayo doon, ang importante ay na-identify mo kung ano yung mali mo doon at ano yung mga natutunan mo doon sa mga mali mo. Marami kasi sa atin ay, by the time na nagkakamali, we never dare or bothered to take a look at kung ano yung tama. So, ang tendency po, yung mistake na yon, yung mali na yon, ay paulit-ulit. No? Paulit-ulit siya na nangyayari. It is because we never bother to dig kung ano ba talaga ang mali doon. Ano ba talagang mali doon? Saan ba ako nagkamali? Ano nga ba dapat? Kasi importante po yun eh. So, the clear fact in here is that you are going to make mistakes. In business, you are surely going to make a lot of mistakes. Not just one, not just two, not just three, but you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Now, if that is the scenario, kung yun po ang scenario, then Joff, ano ba ang dapat na gawin? Ano ba ang dapat paghandaan? Okay. Now, alam ko po, marami po tayong dapat paghandaan. Ang dami ho. But kung meron akong isang i-advise, just always be ready to learn from the mistakes we make. Because it is only in learning from the mistakes we made, dyan lang po tayo masasabi natin na natututo tayo. For 10 straight years, after school kasi, nagnegosyo na ako. Tapos, there was a period na I did tried employment for 5 years. Then went back to business. And after which, straight na hanggang ngayon. For the past 10 years, 2011 and up to today, for the past 10 years, di ko nabibilangin yung mga earlier years na nag-business ako. For the past 10 years, I had around 7 businesses. No, for the past 10 years, I had 7 businesses. Thanks be to God. I failed on the 6th of them. I had only one company right now that stands. But I would not be able to have this one had it been I was not able to experience failure. One business failure after the other, I get to learn it. Until dumating ako sa isa, umabot na ako ng ganito katagal. The reason why I share that is because I want to comfort you na okay lang po magkamali. Hindi ka naman papatayin kung magkakamali ka. Yes, may mga consequences po yun. There are consequences that you and I will going to bear. But i-consider mo na lang na yun ay mga tuition fee. Na yun ay mga tuition fee sa mga learnings na nakuha natin. I do consider it that yun ang mga tuition fee ko, no? Sa mga nakuha ko. Anyway, bago po tayo mag-proceed ng discussion on that areas that needs to be learned, shout out muna tayo kasi may mga hindi pa po ako nag-greet, no? Kanina nag-greetings tayo, baka magtampo to mga kasamahan natin, no? Nandito na rin po kasama natin si ayan, sandali ha. Medyo mahaba-haba na Okay. Ayan. Okay. Now, ngayon kasama po natin dito si Maricel Sungahid from Lapu-Lapu City. Nandito rin po si Raul Hurango from San Remigio, Cebu. Kasama din po natin si Kim Lin from Macrohon, Southern Leyte. Then kasama din po natin si Minda Baguio. Ito, fans to si Maminda sa akin. Thank you, Maminda, for being here at all times. No, nandito si Maminda from Lapu-Lapu City. Then, yan, my friend Jolene. No, ito, I'm really happy by the time na nakikita ko po to si Jolene. Then, sino pa ba? Si Jolene. Jolene kasi is the mother of the classmate of Diane. That's why we were friends and we know each other and we meet in school sa mga anak namin. Tapos kasama din po natin ngayon si Maricel Patinia, all the way straight from akala ko Palawan, Pawalawala pala. No? I don't know where Maricel is residing. Then si Sheila Iscasinas, kasama din po natin tonight from Liluan, Cebu. No? Then who else is here? Si Lynn Cadusale. No? Thank you for joining, Lynn. No? Hello, Lynn. Then we have here Queenie. Yan. Si Queenie parati na itong nagjo-join sa atin. Thank you for joining, Queenie. Ha? Then we have here Mikasha Ibanez, dito lang sa Lapu-Lapu City. Alam mo, hanga ako dito kay Mikasha. Mikasha is already 56 years old. But when she gets the time to be with us here, nandito siya. Tapos, ito ang heartthrob na kilala ko, no? Si Adonis Bacayo, no? Nako, pag nakita niyo po ito, parang si Piolo na pinaghalong Derek Ramsey. Mga ganon, makisig to. Hello, brother Adonis, no? Tapos kasama din po natin ngayon si Charlie Laganzon. Thank you, Charlie. Teacher Ophil, no, from Bulacan. Kasama din po natin siya tonight. Then nandito rin po si Jophil Pansakala. No, thank you for joining, Jophil. Tapos si Sir Danilo. No, thank you, Sir Danilo. Nice seeing you once again. Then who else? Ayun, so wala na ba akong yung kanina na na-greet ko na. So siguro wala na akong na miss out. Okay. So let's continue. Areas that you need to learn. Okay. Una, number 1. Ito po, resilience. Okay. Ano ba itong resilience? Napaka high-tech na word. Ano ba itong resilience? Ito lang naman yung abilidad kung paano ka mag-overcome or makapag-bounce back to whatever challenges na meron. In simple definition resilience, ito yung abilidad ng isang tao kung paano siya mag-respond sa isang crisis at makapag-bounce back. Makapag-bounce back. Now, what makes this character, being resilient, important? Okay. Alam mo bakit importante ito? It's because challenges are real. Di ba na-share natin that challenges are real? In the business world, if somebody promise you that everything will be okay, somebody is telling you a lie. Hindi po totoo yun. If somebody invites you into a business and he is gonna tell you that everything is easy and madali, again, hindi rin po totoo yun. Mga false hope po yun, mga false expectations. Now, I'm telling you this, sinabi ko po dyan, challenges are real because every single step as you grow your business, mas marami po ang magiging challenges. Maka-experience ka dito ng maraming rejection kaysa acceptance. Marami ang magiging period na discourage ka kaysa magiging encourage ka. Maraming tao na makakasulubong mo na magno-no sa mga offers mo kaysa mag-yes. Marami sa mga tao na nakapaligid sa iyo, negatibo at hindi sila kumbinsido na ikaw ay balang araw aasenso. At sadyang napakarami po nila. Not to mention na some of them are within your close family ties. So ibig sabihin, these are, kung tatawagin ko po, ito po sila ay clear and present danger. Totoo po sila. And they will suck every energy you have hanggang sa point na ikaw ay manghihina ka. At eventually, ikaw ay bibigay. Now, my friends, ito lang po yung ito lang po yung gusto kong rebuttal po dyan. Anything na hindi ka ready, matatamaan ka talaga. Anything na hindi ka ready, matatamaan ka. Kung inaakala mo na sa pagninegosyo ay madali lang lahat at nung pumasok ka ay bigla kang nabulaga na ganito pala yung mga experiences natin, ay matatamaan ka talaga kasi hindi ka handa. Now, as you venture into a business, kung anumang negosyo na pinasok mo ngayon, always think and remember what I told you, that challenges are real. Don't worry, because courage actually is not the absence of fear. No? Ulitin ko ha, being courageous doesn't mean na walang fear. But what it means actually, na kung ikaw ay may courage, ikaw ay able to overcome fear. That's what makes you courageous. So, nandyan yan. Pupunta ka sa isang meeting. There are times na you are be tasked to present. Kakabahan ka, natatakot ka. Real po yun. Hindi po yung guni-guni. Real po yun. But because alam mo na real po yan, ang gagawin mo, maghanda ka. Mag-prepare ka ng presentation, i-master mo yung presentation mo, pag-aralan mo, then you will be ready to face the fear na meron ka. No? May ka-deal ka na you wanted to close the sale. Totoo ang possibility na pwede siyang mag-no. Totoo rin ang possibility na pwede siyang mag-yes. So what will you do kung meron po yan? Number one, maghanda ka sa magiging things na i-offer mo sa kliyente mo. At ready ka sa mga possibility na kung meron siyang hihingin sa iyo. Pangalawa, ready ka rin na tumanggap kung sakasakaling mag-no siya. At willing ka rin na mag-move on sakasakaling masaktan ka sa sagot niya na no. And that's exactly how it is. A lot of people quit in the business because they are hurt. Ulitin ko ha, Maraming tao po ay nagki-quit sa business because they feel that they were hurt. Hindi nila makayanan ang rejection. Hindi nila makayanan ang negativity. Hindi nila makayanan ang sangkatutak na no na na-experience nila sa buhay nila. Hindi kaya ng mental capacity niya. Eventually, bumigay siya at sabi niya, ayaw ko na, quit na ako. Ganun na ang sinabi niya. At lilingon siya at sasabihin niya sa sarili niya, ayaw ko nang magnegosyo. Ayaw ko na, hindi para sa akin yan, hindi para sa akin yan, kayo na lang dyan. So, a lot of times, maraming tao na ganun. Question po, may mga kakilala ba kayong ganun? May friends ba kayo na naging ganun ang mga reaksyon? May kilala ba kayo na ganun ang reaksyon? Sino bang naka-try na may kilala na ganun? Anybody? Can you share? If you have friends na ganun, yung sa kwento ko, may friends ba kayo na ganun? Because sa totoo lang, marami yan. Sa totoo lang, marami yan. So I learned to accept it that challenges are real. Hindi po yan guni-guni. No, challenges are real. So what will you do? Well, the only thing you're going to do is just to keep going. That's the only thing that you are supposed to do. Just keep on going. Keep on moving forward. Whatever obstacles that will pass and come your way, kung kaya mong ilagan, iwasan, or kaya mong harapin at you go over it, will do it. Because at the end of the day, what matters the most is ikaw at ang pangarap mo sa buhay. So you keep on moving. So kung ang mga challenges na yan ay nandyan pala, then be ready by all means. Whatever business na meron ka ngayon, no? Whatever business na meron ka ngayon na hinahandle mo, keep on moving. Keep on going. Keep on making that step forward. Ang problema sa atin minsan, one step forward, two steps backward. Parang sinulog ba? One step forward, two steps backward. One step forward, two steps backward. Well, we have a problem if that would be our attitude. Then we've got to change it. No? Then we've got to change it. Things are gonna be tough and rough, no, sa business world. No, ulitin ko ha. In the business world, things will gonna be tough and rough. So matindi ang labanan, magaspang ang mga transactionis natin, pero you have to keep on moving. There will be people that will disagree with you. And of course, there will always be people that will agree with you. But mind you, marami ang mag-disagree kaysa mag-agree. No? Marami ang mag-disagree kaysa mag-agree. Okay? Number 2, be laser focused. Okay. Kanina yung pinag-usapan natin ay resilience. So learn to bounce back, learn to overcome, learn to fight the challenges, learn to face the challenges. Ngayon, number 2, dapat you have a character na laser focus. Now, sino ba sa inyo ang nakakita ng laser? Nakakita na ba kayo ng laser? Sino bang nakakita dito ng laser light? Anybody po ba na kasama natin dito tonight na nakakita na po ng laser light? Is there anybody na nakakita na po ng laser light? Sino po sa inyo na nakakita na ng laser light? Ayan, si Milbert, nakakita na po siya ng laser light. Si Maminda, laser light para pang beauty. Para pang pa-beauty daw. And yung mga pa yung parang pointer, no, laser light. No, si Julius nakakita na rin ng laser light. Si Raul nakakita na rin ng laser light, no? Sino pa dito ang nakakita ng laser light? No? Yung sinabi ni Maminda, no, na laser na pang pa-beauty, may laser talaga na para pang pa-beauty. Pero yung laser na tinutukoy ko dito, yung ano po yun? Yung para bang nasa pointer. Yan. So, sa movie sir, sa movie daw, may nakakita na sa movie, no? Sa laser, sa movie. Now, more or less, it would look like this. Ganito po yung laser. Na pag sinabi nating laser focus, pag sinabi po natin na focus, it doesn't mean one. But what it means is actually concentration on the goal. Okay? Now, alam ko po maraming magdi-disagree sa akin dito, especially if you are involved in the network marketing business. No? If you're involved in the network marketing business, you will disagree with me with the word focus, in which I mean na hindi siya ibig sabihin na one, but concentration on the goal. Because most of the time, if you are in the network marketing business, naririnig nyo po sa mga upline ninyo na pag sinabing focus, kalimutan mo na yung iba, eto na lang. Which is tama po ba? Can I have an agreement here? Yun ba ang naituro ni upline sa inyo na pag sinabing focus, ang ibig sabihin ba na kalimutan mo na yung ibang negosyo, eto na lang? Yun po ba? Yun po ba ang ibig sabihin ng focus? Para at least po magkakaroon lang po ako ng affirmation. Ganon po ba yung ibig sabihin po nun? Na nung sinabi ni upline na focus, ibig sabihin, one, isa lang, yung ibang negosyo, kalimutan mo na, kasi kung sasali ka sa ibang negosyo, tatanggalin kita. Mga ganon na dialogue? Meron bang ganon? Ganito po yan. I always use this analogy. I always use this analogy and I always make it into a point that I will show this realization para ma-realize ba na kasi marami po kasi sa industry ng network marketing na mga apply na sasabihan ka talaga na pag gumawa ka ng ibang negosyo, tatanggalin ka namin. Dapat ito lang talaga, isa lang. Merong mga ganon. Okay. Now, in the previous discussion, if naalala nyo po, tinanong ko po sa inyo ang situation ng mga business tycoons sa bansa natin. Okay, ganito, rundown tayo ulit kasi may mga bago tayong friends na nandito. Can you name me at least one, two, or three business tycoon sa Pilipinas na kilala nyo? Sino ang business tycoon dito sa Pilipinas na kilala mo? Can you name one or two na kilala mo? And let's try to analyze that business tycoon. Sino bang business tycoon sa Pilipinas ang kilala mo? Si Henry C. Okay. Now, si Henry C. ay siya ang may-ari ng SM City. Okay. Si Sheila, sabi niya si Manny Villar. Okay. Si Lucio Tan. Okay. Tapos, sino pa ba? Sa San Miguel, si Ramon Ang. Okay. Sa San Miguel, si Ramon Ang. Okay. Ngayon, konting drill lang. Si Henry C. na may-ari ng SM, ilang negosyo sa tingin mo, or ano ang mga negosyo na meron siya? Si Henry C. Henry C. muna pag-usapan natin. Si Henry C., ano ang mga negosyo sa tingin mo at alam mo na meron siya? Pakisulat daw sa comment section. Ano ang negosyo na meron si Henry C? Para at least ma-dissect natin. No? Sabi ni Ma'am Minda, marami. Can you name them? Can you name them for the benefit of discussion natin? Meron siyang SM Mall. Meron din siyang BDO. Ano pa? China Bank. Okay? Meron din siyang SMDC, no? Ito yung Development Corporation. Yes, sa kanya din po yung Watson, no? Sa kanya din po yung Watson. Sa kanya din po yung Save More. Iba po yung Save More, no? Ibang kumpanya po yung Save More. Ibang kumpanya din po yung ano po yun? Bonus. Ibang kumpanya din po yung Bonus. Yes, may mining ang SM Group sa Mindanao. Department stores, sa kanya po yan. In short, marami. No? In short, marami. Tingnan natin dito yung sinabi kanina si Ayala. Ano sa tingin nyo ang mga business ni Ayala? Na alam nyo po, ano yung business ni Ayala? Si Ayala po, pagkakaalam natin, may BPI, may ano pa ba? May BPI, may Globe Telecom, may Ayala Land, ano pa ba? May Nilad, no? No, may Nilad. Ano pa bang negosyo ng Ayala? Ayala Land, no? Ayala Land. So in short, in fact, kahit isa-isahin natin itong mga negosyante na to, you will perfectly see na lahat sila ay merong maraming negosyo. So to validate the statement ng sinabi ni Upline sa iyo na iwan mo lahat ng negosyo at ito lang, that proves to be wrong. Kung pag-aralan po natin ang laser, no? Kung pag-aralan po natin ang laser ba scientifically, kung pag-aralan po natin ang laser po, ang isang laser light, na yan, nakita nyo po, no? Laser light po yan. May pointer po na nasa dulo niyan. Ang laser light is a combination of over 1,000 light rays. So, ibig sabihin, marami siyang light na inimit, no? Maraming light po na lumabas, over 1,000 light na lumabas, pero nakatutok ang light na lumabas sa isang direksyon. Kaya yung nasa dulo niya, ang tinatawag niyan, yan po yung laser focus. Nakita mo po yung pointer? Di ba kung nakakita po kayo ng pointer, pag mayroon pong mga seminars, ang pointer na hawak ng speaker ay may pula po na nagfa-flash po doon sa wall. Ang light na lumabas po doon, hindi mo halos nakikita. Pero ang nakikita mo po yung pula na nasa dulo. Bakit to? Kasi iba-ibang light po yun eh. Iba-ibang light na nakatutok lang po, nakapuntarya in one direction. Ang nakikita mo po yung nasa dulo na pula. Pero yung light na nag-radiate po dyan, hindi mo po nakikita. But they are moving in one direction. So focus literally or figuratively means that it means concentration. Staying on one's course, no? Concentration po ang ibig sabihin ng focus. We can do a lot of things, but we are focused on one single objective, one single goal, kumbaga. Okay? Now, to continue. Focus means the ability to maintain one's course in the middle of too many distractions. So, ibig sabihin, in the middle of many distractions, ito, basahin ko yung inano ni Melbert. May malalim na kahulugan ang salitang focus, sir. Sa business, hindi ibig sabihin focus lang sa isang outlet ng business, kundi ang ibig sabihin ay sa focus ay concentrate ka na mag-succeed sa negosyo. Yes, tama yung sinabi ni Melbert. Focus means is the ability to maintain one's course, one's direction, or one's agenda in the middle of too many distractions. Kasi sa negosyo, ang dami pong distractions, guys. You cannot help it, but to be honest with you, there would be a lot of distraction bago ka makakarating sa possible na destination mo. Okay? So, a lot of people actually are sidetracked in the journey because they fail to focus on their agenda. They fail to focus on what is it na gusto nilang ma-achieve or ma-accomplish. So, ang nangyari, walay. Di ba? So, when we say focus, tama yung sinabi ni Melbert. Concentration until you succeed. Okay? You concentrate until you succeed. Number 3, in continuation with the laser focus. Number 3, no? Kasi halos magkakarugtong ito eh. You need to develop a long-term agenda. The reason why na hindi po tayo maka-laser focus doon sa gusto nating maabot at ma-achieve sa buhay, kasi in the first place, wala tayong long-term agenda. What is your agenda? Alam mo ba yung agenda mo? Kasi kung hindi mo alam yung agenda mo, you will be moving in a direction na para kang bulag na hindi mo alam kung nasaan ka at saan ka patutungo. Parang ganun po yun. No? Parang blind leading the blind. When your long-term agenda is very clear, you know exactly that everything na gagawin mo today will bring you to the long-term agenda na sinet mo sa sarili mo. Kayo ba nag-spend time na rin kayo sa sarili nyo na tanungin kung ano ba talaga yung long-term plan mo? What is it that you wanted to accomplish? Kung ikaw ay isang empleyado ngayon, ano ba yung long-term mo? Because kung hindi po kayo magplano on the long term, everything po na gagawin nyo from today and moving forward ay para po yung living each day lang. Living each day, kung anong meron, yun lang. Tara natin si Melbert. Dapat may solid plan po kung paano abutin ang pangarap or dreams in life. Yes, there has to be a solid plan. When I was with Pepsi-Cola, when I was working with Pepsi-Cola, I stayed there for quite a time. I started as casual. Then eventually, nag-apply ako bilang regular employee. I climbed the ladder dun sa loob ng corporate world hanggang umalis ako na regional sales manager ng Pepsi-Cola. But I never really see myself becoming a GM in a plant. Hindi ko po nakita yon. At hindi po yun part ng plano ko. It wasn't part of my agenda. Every single year na nandun ako sa kumpanya na yon, I'm not saying Pepsi is bad. No, hindi po. In fact, they're very good. In fact, binigyan nila po ako ng napakagandang benefit. Pero every single day na nandun ako is with an objective to learn everything na dapat ko pong matutunan for the long-term goal na sinet ko na balang araw magnegosyo ako at ito yung gawin ko. I need to learn all the expertise na kakailanganin ko doon sa itinuturo ng mga boss ko, mga amo ko doon, na eventually magagamit ko paglabas ko ng Pepsi. I took the time every year to really have an inventory of myself kung ano yung mga plans ko, kung hindi ba siya nagbago, kung hindi ba siya lumihis na doon sa mga ginagawa ko. Because kung hindi maliwanag po yung plan ko during that time, siguro madali akong ma-persuade if there are promotions given. Kasi wala akong clear or solid plan kung sabihin ni Melbert, solid plan. I have a solid plan and I know exactly what I'm gonna do and I'm not gonna get it there. at dito ko po gagawin at kukunin yung long-term plan ko sa negosyo. That was all clear. Very, very, very clear to me. So, you need to have a long-term plan. No, dapat po magkaroon kayo ng long-term agenda. And now, this is my advice. Never sacrifice your long-term goal in exchange of the short-term one. Huwag niyo pong i-sacrifice yan. Marami po kasi sa atin, bumibigay sa gitna ng journey sa pagiging isang negosyante kasi ang habol is ang short-term. Tapos masasakripisyo po yung long-term. If that would be always the case, wala po kayong ma-accomplish na milestone sa pagdinegosyo natin. Wala ho. Because you will always be in the short-term arena. Parati ka lang na nasa short-term. And when you are always in the short-term, from the word short, once the short-term ends, you're going to begin again. Every short-term ends, mag-uumpisa ka ulit. Kasi short-term eh. So kada matapos ang short-term, umpisa ka ulit. Umpisa ka ulit. Umpisa ka ulit. That explains a lot of people went into business, parati pong nag-uumpisa. At because parati siyang nag-uumpisa, wala po siyang matatapos. Wala po siyang matatapos. If you're going to ask me bakit dumating ang kumpanya natin na naging ganito, na lumaki na po yung D818 at nag-develop na po ang D818, alam mo, isa lang po ang ibig sabihin. Because we never sacrifice the long term versus the short term. And everything we do is always geared towards the long term. Now, that is exactly dapat the same po sa ating lahat, wherever you are right now. You need to clearly define, kumbaga ilatag mo na kung ano yung long-term goals mo talaga dito. Saan ba to patutungo? Saan ba to hahantong? Kasi kung wala po yan, everything will be sacrificed. Masasakripisyo po ang long term. Yan sabi ni Milbert, wala mang easy money, need man jud pagtiyagaan. Yes, that's true. A lot of people goes for the short term because they are persuaded by money. Pero pag settle ka sa long-term goal mo, you will never be persuaded with money. Okay? So, be careful, no? Be careful. Never sacrifice your long-term goal in exchange of the short-term one. My suggestion is this. But instead, define your short-term goal and so does your long-term goal. Okay, ulitin ko ha. But instead, what you are going to do is you define your short-term goal and so does your long-term one. Okay. Now, ano bang relationship dyan? If na-identify mo na yung long-term goal mo, you can make a short-term goal that would be aligned to your long-term goal. Okay? Nakuha nyo? If you know your long-term goal, kung alam mo ba kung ano talaga yung goal mo, you can make a short-term goal that would definitely be aligned to your long-term goal. In a way, you will be moving in one direction and you will be concentrating all of your effort to one direction. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng laser focus. Channeling all of your energy. You might be doing a lot of things. Okay, take note that. You might be doing a lot of things, but gearing towards one direction, one agenda, one goal. So, ibig sabihin, variable man ang mga ginagawa mo, pero all of these variable will lead to one thing. Oh, okay? So dapat ma-define po yan para wala pong ma-sacrifice. Okay? So, define your short-term goal and so does your long-term goal. Okay. Number 4. Okay. Number 4. People management. Whether you agree with me or not, in fact, sabi na natin in our previous discussion, in fact, last night, sabi natin that if you want to succeed in the area of business, whether you like it or not, you've got to have a team. Kailangan mo talagang magkaroon ng team. Because these people na-form mo na team, these are the people that will push you up. This will be the people that will help you realize your visions. This will be the same people that would be your helps, that would be your aid. These are the same people probably would be your source of encouragement. And these people na meron ka na tinatawag mo na team, I want you to understand that they have a mixed characters and personalities. Okay? Iba-iba po. No? Iba-iba po ang mga characters niyan. Iba-iba po mga personalities niyan. Iba-iba po ang mga kinalakihan niyan. No? We've grown up in a different environment. Lahat tayo. We are not raised up in one environment. In fact, ito na lang bigyan ko kayo ng clear nga example. Tingnan niyo po yung mga anak niyo. Pareho ang kinakain sa bahay. Pareho naman ang mga magulang. Magkasama sa isang bubong. Minsan magkasama pa the same school. Pero hindi niyo ba nakikita? Paglaki nila, iba-iba po ang mga karakter nila. Nakikita nyo? Even those people na magkasama will have different characters. Even the so-called identical twins will have different characters. So, you have to understand the realities na kung ikaw ay magnegosyo, may mga tao kang makakasama na sometimes gusto mo, at sometimes hindi masyadong gusto, at sometimes gustong-gusto or hindi gusto. Now, part of the ability of being an entrepreneur is learning how to handle these differences. Marami akong na-encounter na ayaw nilang mag-build ng business organization kasi sabi nila, sakit daw ng ulo pag maraming tao. Well, I would agree, yes. That's true. Masakit siya sa ulo pag maraming tao. But there is no other way how to do it I mean, look at McDonald's. Si McDonald's, hindi po siya lumaki na nagiging buong mundo ang coverage ng McDonald's kung walang mga taong involved sa McDonald's. Ang daming tao na involved sa McDonald's. Libo-libo ho. Look at SM City. You go to SM City. Sa SM City Mall, papayag ka man o sa hindi, there are so many people involved in SM City management alone in order to realize itong tinatawag na SM City. Hindi po to kayang patakbohin ni Henry C. na siya lang mag-isa sa loob ng mall. Now, if that is a given situation yan Given situation yan. So, if this is the way for me to grow my business, and that is through people, and by all means, I have to learn how to handle them. By all means, I have to learn to control my emotions kung paano ko sila i-handle isa-isa. Di ba? Now, let me share this to you. Kayo ba, nakaranas ba kayo na nagkaroon kayo ng grupo at sumakit ang ulo nyo? Nakaranas ba kayo ng ganon? Na sumakit ang ulo nyo? Or ganito na lang, sino ba sa inyo ang sino ba dito ang sumakit ang ulo dahil sa mga tao na involved? Kasi i-dissect natin. Tingnan natin yung nagiging flow dyan. Sino ba? Meron ba? Meron ba? Ako. Nakapag-try ako. Maraming beses. But I want to know dyan sa inyo kung meron ba. Is there anybody na sumakit ang ulo dahil sa mga tao? si Rowena, sabi niya, me, yes. Si Melbert, sa ngayon, si Sir, hindi pa daw si Melbert. Si Mikasha, before Sir, yan. Lalo na pag-reporting sa school, ay nako, yan. You know what? Ano bang ginawa mo doon sa pasaway? Anong ginawa mo sa pasaway na tao na under mo? Ano bang ginawa mo? Tingnan natin. Ano bang ginawa mo sa taong pasaway na under mo? Anong ginawa mo? Para at least alam natin, tingnan natin ano yung management mo doon. Ano ang ginawa mo sa taong pasaway? Paano mo siya hinandle, ang taong pasaway? Kasi ako, I believe lahat tayo shared that idea. Pero gusto ko makita na ano bang ginawa mo doon sa taong pasaway. Sabi ni Belle, sabi niya, nag-meeting sila. Si Minda, ito, being an HR, nako, ang daming encounter niyan. No, being an HR. Si Riddell, yan, nakasubok. Si Melbert, heart-to-heart talk, sir. Okay, sige, take note ko yan, ha, heart-to-heart. Sige. Si Tessie, sabi niya, correction. Sige, heart-to-heart, correction. Ano pa? Yung mga taong pasaway mo, paano mo siya hinandle? Si Leslie, grabe, oh. Brutal na answer to. Fired agad. Si Sante, no? Si Minda, code of conduct, HR na HR talaga si Minda. No, code of conduct. No, meron yan sa mga kumpanya, code of conduct. Okay? Kan Leslie, tanggal agad. Si Weng, sabi niya, I'm so patient and sometimes ignore her na lang. Si Weng, ignore niya. Si Melbert, inalam niya kung ano ang problema. Nag-imbestiga si Melbert. Okay. Now, eto guys ha, bigyan ko kayo ng mga realization. Okay, bigyan ko kayo ng realization. Sabi ni Riddell, council, sabi ni Minda, code of conduct. Sa company kasi mayroong code of conduct, one-on-one. Okay. Now, nandito tayo sa negosyo ha. Wala tayong code of conduct dito. On the personal level, wala kang ginawang code of conduct. Hindi ka naman nagsulat ng code of conduct. No? Hindi ka nagsulat ng code of conduct. Wala ka ring rules and regulation. Kasi etong mga tao na to nakasama mo sa negosyo, hindi mo sila empleyado. Hindi po sila swildado. Hindi po sila bayaran. Therefore, hindi mo siya pwedeng sisantihin. Hindi mo siya pwedeng i-fire. No? Hindi mo siya pwedeng i-fire kasi hindi naman siya empleyado, no? So in short, ayan, sabi ni Danilo, diplomatic talk. Okay? Now, ganito po yan. In the business world, we don't have blue books. We don't have guidelines and we don't have code of conduct on the personal level. Although, ngayon dito sa D818, sa kumpanya natin, ay unti-unti na po akong nagsusulat ng mga bylaws at saka code of conduct kasi hindi natin alam kung hanggang kailan lang po tayo matatapos sa mundo na to. So, buti na yung may maiiwan. Okay? Unti-unti ko nang sinusulat. But, on the normal cases po sa atin, wala po. You don't have it. Which means you are only left with one thing. You're only left with one thing. Kausapin mo siya. That's the only thing left for you. Kung meron kang taong pasaway, the only thing left for you is kausapin mo siya. Okay? Now remember, Sa tao na part siya ng team mo, tapos pasaway siya, there are only two things that can possibly happen. Number one, magiging sakit siya ng ulo mo. That's the number one. That's the most clearer. Ang pangalawa, mahawa ang iba at magiging marami na ang sakit ng ulo mo. So dalawa lang ang possibility. Siya, sumakit ang ulo mo. Ang pangalawa, mahawa ang iba. Which, in fact, pwedeng mangyari na imbis isa lang tao na sumakit ang ulo mo, ang nangyari, marami na sila na nagiging masakit na ng ulo mo. Okay? So ngayon, you're going to manage damage. No? Ang ima-manage mo dito ay yung potential damage. Yun ang ima-manage mo. Kasi may mga domino effect talaga yan eh. Ima-manage mo yung potential damage. Okay? Now, you are going, number one, tama yung sinabi ni Maminda o ni Melbert ba yun? Talk, heart to heart. Pwede kayong mag-usap para maliwanag. Pero ito po yung piece of advice ko. Lahat po ng pasaway ay matigas din ang ulo. Ulitin ko ha. Lahat po ng pasaway sa grupo mo ay matigas din ang ulo. Would you agree with me? Agree ba kayo doon? Na kung may pasaway ka sa team mo, matigas din ang ulo nun. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, sa pag-uusap nyo, dalawa lang ang posibleng mangyayari. Number one, baka makorek siya. Pangalawa, etong katawa-tawa. Pangalawa, ma-high blood ka. Totoo ba? No? Dalawa lang ang posibilidad. Sa pag-uusap nyo, dahil matigas ang ulo niya, pwedeng makorek siya, at ang pangalawang aspeto, baka ma-high blood ka. Kasi hindi siya nakikinig. Tigas ng ulo eh. Kasi kadalasan sa mga pasaway, matigas ang ulo. Okay? So, the tendency is pwede kang ma-high blood. So, dalawa rin ang pwedeng mangyari. Pwedeng ikaw ay magalit. Ang pangalawa, pwedeng ikaw ay atakihin din. Okay? Pwede kang atakihin. Pero kailangan mo siyang i-address kasi nasa loob siya ng team eh. Magkakalat yan ng negative force sa loob ng team. Magkakalat yan ng negative forces sa loob ng team. Di ba? Pag nagkakalat yan ng negative forces sa buong team ay mahawa dyan. So, sige Sir Joff, ano ang gagawin ko? Okay. Usually, ang ginagawa ko, I keep the person closer. I keep the person closer because it would be more easier for me, no? It would be more easier for me to get control over the person. It would be more easier for me na i-separate siya sa the rest of the group or the rest of the member. I will assign the person specific task, no? Ito yung gawin mo. Bibigyan ko siya ng mga responsibility. Bibigyan ko siya ng mga responsibility na pwede at kaya niyang gawin. No? In a way, pag meron siyang responsibility na pwede niya at kaya niyang gawin, syempre magre-report siya sa iyo. Magre-report siya sa iyo. So, sa halip na maraming tao yung kakausapin niya, siya ay kakausap sa iyo na lang. Yan ang management. Okay? Yan ang management. Pwede naman, para maging madali, bahala na. Kalimutan mo na siya. Pero in the first place, nirecruit mo eh. Ang intention mo kasi na nag-recruit ka ay balang araw, ma-develop mo ang tao na to. And we always say to everyone, we don't give up on people. Let the people give up on us, but we don't give up on people. Kaya nga eh, kahit gaano katagal na inactive na, we put them inside the group chat. Nandiyan lang yan sila. We don't give up on them. But until the time that they will realize that, oy, nandito lang naman pala sila, I'll be back. Di ba? So, you put assignments, you put tasks, so may interaction na kayo. This time, pag meron na kayong interaction, you can slowly coach the person the way you want him or her to be. May coach mo na siya. Ang hindi lang natin may coach if the person give up on us. Pag nag-give up siya sa atin at umalis na talaga siya, that's one thing that we can no longer control. But as long as he stays there, they still have meron pa yung chance, no? Sometimes ang tao late lang po mag-bloom, no? Kaya ito lang po yung always na sasabihin ko. We don't give up on people. But if they themselves give up on us, wala na tayong magawa noon. Enough na. Kung aalis siya, alis siya. Wala na tayong magawa diyan. Wala na tayong magawa diyan. So pag may mga ganun, wag mo nang pilitin. Di na natin mapipilit yan eh. Now, there are things that we cannot really force to happen. So pag umalis siya, well, di natin pigilan, no? Di natin pigilan. Hindi naman po pwedeng huminto yung negosyo natin dahil lang sa kanya. Hindi rin naman po pwede 'yon. So there has to be a balance of both, no? We don't give up on people, but we cannot also allow na ma-destroy din po yung pinaghirapan natin dahil lang po rin sa kanya din. Hindi rin po pwede 'yan. Okay? But this is the reality. This is a mix of characteristics, no? Character and personality. Now, your role, ang role mo bilang isang entrepreneur, bilang isang negosyante, your role is to identify their strengths and weaknesses. Role po natin to na i-identify natin yung mga strengths niya at saka yung mga weaknesses. Ako naniniwala po ako na kahit gaano ka pasaway ang isang tao, ay meron niyang pwedeng gawing tama. Hindi man siguro in a way na gusto natin, pero I believe na meron siyang pwedeng gawing tama. Now, being an entrepreneur ourselves, tayo po ay i-spot natin kung ano ba yung kakayahan ng tao na to. Ano bang pwede niyang gawin para sa negosyo na to? Ano ba yung medyo hindi niya kaya? Pag na-identify niyo po ang strength at weaknesses ng mga tao, madali po ninyong ma-delegate ang mga bagay-bagay. The reason why we cannot delegate on certain tasks is basically we don't know what they are capable of. Di ba? So that's the reason why lahat ng mga trabaho sa negosyo ay inaako mo kasi hindi mo naman alam kung ano talaga yung kakayahan niya. Di ba? So if you are able to identify those trends, now that will become more easier, no? If you are able to identify. So kung kasama mo yung team mo, malamang ma-identify mo kung ano yung strengths niya. Pero kung hindi mo nakakasama yung team mo, medyo mahirap po 'yon. Hindi naman po pwedeng guessing game lang. So you've got to identify it at the same time. Okay? Now, once you identify, the next step is you let them synergize. Okay? Di ba may mga tao ka? Kaya para makita nyo po yung flow. May mga tao ka, iba-iba ang mga character at saka personalidad. Siyempre, mga malalaki na po yun eh. So, iba-iba naman yung mga point of views nila. Now, being the entrepreneur, dapat ma-identify mo yung strength at saka weaknesses ng bawat isa. Nung ma-identify mo yung mga strength at saka weaknesses ng bawat isa, ang goal mo ngayon ay paano mo sila i-synergize. Paano mo sila paghalo-haluin at makapag-produce ng isang malaking resulta. Ang tawag po doon is a synergistical approach. No? So your goal is to how to let them, your goal this time is to synergize them. Now, sige, mag-define na nga tayo. What is synergy? Can you please share your idea? Ano ba yung synergy? Ano bang ibig sabihin ng synergy? What is synergy? Sige daw, let me have your insights. What is synergy? Saglit lang sandali ha, mag-toilet break lang ako. Then answer the question, synergy, what is synergy ha? Okay. So let me read your answer here. Sabi ni Melbert, combined effort, yun ang meaning ng synergy. Sabi ni Leonor is synergy is working together. Sabi ni Mikasha is cooperation or working together. What else? What else? Ni Weng, sabi niya cooperation of one another in a team. Sige. Any more? Kay Julius, sabi niya is teamwork. Okay, yun ang sabi niya, teamwork. What else? What is synergy? Malamang na-Google pa kayo, no? Cooperate, combined effect. Ayan, ang ganda ng word ni Leslie, oh. Combined effect, no? May nag-answer din po dito, team building. No, si Maminda, team building ang sagot niya. What is synergy? Now, may papakita ako isa. Ito po. What is your interpretation on that? Ano ba yung interpretation mo dyan? Na 1 plus 1 equals 3. Ano bang interpretation mo dyan? Ang ibig sabihin daw ng synergy ay 1 plus 1 equals 3. Tama ba? 1 plus 1 equals 3? Sabi ni Buena is interaction or cooperation. Okay. Ayan, naka-flash po sa screen ninyo. Ang ibig sabihin ng synergy, ayan. 1 plus 1 equals 3. Ano sa tingin nyo po ang ibig sabihin nito? 1 plus 1 equals 3. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Ang 1 plus 1 ba ay equals 3? Si Maricel, sabi niya, cooperation of group of people to produce greater result. If magkanya-kanya sila, murag 2 heads are better than 1 lang. Ito si Maricel, nag-Google to halatang halata. Oh. Si Erin ay working together, combined effort. Si Melbert is double effect. Si Maricel is cooperate each other. Greater than. Yan. Ang word na ginamit ni Maribeth Maranga is greater than. Okay, greater than. Combined effort that gives a greater effect. Okay. Greater effect. Okay. Ang keyword sa word na synergy is greater effect. No, greater. Kaya nga dyan ang example is 1 plus 1 equals 3. Now, balikan natin sandali, no? Balikan natin sandali ang flow. Ang role mo ay mag-identify ng strength at saka weaknesses. Okay? Bakit? Dahil ang mga tao ay may kanya-kanya pong mga karakter at personalidad. Okay. Yan ang flow ha. Different characters and personality. Kaya, dahil iba-iba sila, dapat ma-identify mo bilang isang negosyante ano yung mga strength at saka weaknesses nila. Para alam mo kung paano mo sila i-synergize. Para alam mo kung paano sila i-synergize. Tapos nagtanong ako kung ano yung definition ng synergy. Binigay ko po ang example na to, sumagot si Maribeth na greater result, no? Now, ito po yung definition ni Google, no? Para maliwanag lang, no? Na ito po yung definition ni Google sa word na synergy. An interaction or cooperation of two or more organizations, substances, or other agents to produce a combined effect greater than the sum of their separate effects. So take note of the word greater effect. Kasi ang 1 plus 1 equals 2 lang po yan. Pero ang sinabi doon, 1 plus 1 equals 3. So meaning, kung kanya-kanya po tayo, ang pwede lang ma-accomplish natin ay good result lang. Pero kung ma-synergize ang bawat isa, ibig sabihin yung strength ay ma-combine ng bawat isa, ang resulta ay mas mahigit pa ang resulta kaysa kakayahan ng bawat isa na isumada mo. So mas greater. So ang keyword po dito ay greater than, no? Ang effect niya ay greater than. Kaya nga po 1 plus 1 equals 3 in terms of business synergy. So that is your role as an entrepreneur. Diyan sa mga group or sa organization na meron ka, now endeavor to learn na ma-identify mo yung mga strengths and weaknesses nila para pwede mong i-combine ang bawat strengths nila at para makapag-produce ka ng mas matindi pa na resulta sa buong business organization mo. Okay? So this is where we synergize. Each and every one of us, we have to learn to synergize. Okay? So, I know medyo magulo, no? Pero along the way, maiintindihan lang po natin as you continue to attend on the masterclass, sa mastermind sessions natin, the longer you stay in the mastermind session, I'll promise you, you are going to learn a lot and your mind and your mindset will be changed the way it should be. No? Believe me. No? So, yun lang po yung hingin ko sa inyo. Stay on the course. No? Stay on the mastermind class. In fact, I encourage you, if you have your teams with you, kung may mga kanya-kanya kanyang team sa mga negosyo ninyo, bitbitin niyo po sila dito para they themselves will understand dito sa mga pinag-uusapan natin. Okay? Number 5, learn the art of selling. Okay. Now, I will not going to dwell on this longer because I have a separate mastermind class on this, on the art of selling. Okay, I have a separate master class in the art of selling. So, in fact, I am on my way actually on preparing on the topic on the art of selling. In fact, I have a good resource na libro sa pag-uusapan natin on the art of selling. Okay? Now, ipapasada ko lang po na idea, but ito po ang gusto kong i-share pagdating po dyan sa art of selling. Ito yung binasa ko po ngayon, no? Ayan, nakikita nyo ba? The Art of War. No? The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Okay, The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I'll be doing a mastermind class. After siguro nito, I'll be doing a mastermind class on selling. And I have some few resource books here that I use right now. Marami actually. Isa to, Art of Selling. Meron pa akong Ignite, Sales Mastery. At meron akong isa na superb na libro na I want to share this to you. Na in-order ko pa to. Ayan o. Sell Like Crazy. And I have 3 books in a row that I am trying to come up with a lessons in all of those 3 books. And this is one of the books that I am really fascinated with. and sell like crazy. No? Ang ganda ng libro. But there are also good techniques here in the art of war na mapupulutan po natin ng aral. And there is a nice approach na I have learned here in this book here, Ignited Sales Mastery. So it's gonna be a different it's gonna be a different mastermind class pagkatapos nitong entrepreneurship. Alam mo, matagal pa to kasi may mga 20 episodes to eh. Nasa 10 episode pa tayo. So half pa lang, malayo-layo pa, no? So the reason why we need to touch on the topic on selling because number one, wala pong negosyo na hindi po involve ang selling. All, as in all businesses, ay meron talagang bentahan. Iba-iba lang po ang way on how it has been presented. But to be frank and honest with all of you, all businesses require selling. It does require selling. Pag may magsabi sa'yo, no, na walang selling involved, ang tawag po dyan, investment lang. Okay? Kaya iba po yung selling, iba po yung investment. Kaya para maliwanag. Okay? So, every entrepreneur is a salesperson. So, lahat tayo is a salesperson. Whether gusto mo yan or hindi, you've got to accept the fact that lahat po tayo ay talagang salesperson. No? We gonna meet clients. We gonna share some ideas to the client. We are going to serve our client. So meron tayong mga kanya-kanyang mga idea na gusto nating ipaabot sa mga customer at saka mga kliyente natin. So whether you like it or not, may mga taong hindi mahilig sa bentahan, but I want you to condition your mind that lahat po ng negosyante is a salesperson. Either you are in network marketing, you are still selling an idea. When you're going to try to recruit someone into the business, you are selling an idea to the person. And when the person buys your idea, he joins in your network marketing business. That's it. No? So there is a selling process na nangyayari. So if that is the scenario, by all means, learn how to do it. If you have time, read books. No? If you have time, read books. At saka, alam mo, if buying a hard copy books are expensive, but you can always download. Marami na pong ebook eh. No? Ako lang kasi, I prefer book talaga kasi gusto ko mag-highlight eh. Nasanay kasi ako na, mas ma-feel ko kasi yung binabasa ko pag hina-highlight eh. No? So, that's the reason why I prefer hard copies. So, but if you want a cheaper copy for books, you can go actually for ebooks. No, it's way cheaper. Entrepreneurs are there when customers are ready to buy. Always remember that you are going to learn how to sell because in the first place, bilang isang negosyante, sa lahat ng mga pagkakataon, kung may customer na ready na pong bibili, syempre, nandyan ka, di ba? Alam nga namang wala ka dyan pag ready na siyang bumili. No? To those people na involved in other industry, same. Pag mayroon ka ng kliyente na gusto nang bumili, di dapat nandun ka. Para bakit? Para makabili siya dun sa gusto niyang bilhin sa'yo. No? And of course, ito no, just pang balance lang, knows how to let go and move on to the next sales target. Kung ayaw niya, kung may mag-reject, kung may mag-say no. Alam mo guys, sa mundo ng selling, you cannot eliminate or totally eradicate na walang no. Walang rejection. You will never be able to eradicate that. Minsan, may mga pagkakataon na masasaktan ka because yung kliyente mo ay bumili sa ibang tao. Well, you have all the reasons to be hurt because hindi naman talaga ganun kadali at nasaktan ka. I know that. I feel that because I experienced that. But that will not give you the guarantee na if you hang on to that feeling, to that emotion, it will never give you a guarantee na balang araw mawawala yan, na ma-overcome yan. Hindi ho. Dapat po intentional kayo na dapat mag-move on kayo. No? Let go. Let go. You've got to let it go. No? Parang kanta ba? Let it go. Let it go. No? You've got to learn to let it go. And move on to the next sales target. There are so many fishes in the oceans. Throw your net again dun sa malawak na ocean, malawak na dagat na marami pang isda. Malamang may isda talaga na para sa'yo. Don't stop. Mag-move on ka lang. No? Don't allow your emotions to drive your business. No? Don't allow your emotions to drive your business. If you allow that, parati kang mahi-hurt. Parati kang masasaktan. So, business is not driven by emotions. It's not driven by emotion. Yes, there are times that we feel emotional because of the intensity. Dahil po sa intensity ng pag-handle natin sa kliyente. But don't dwell on it. Huwag po kayong mag-dwell dyan. Because if you do dwell in there, I'm sorry, but talo kayo dyan in the long run. No? Talo kayo. It ain't gonna give you a good result. No? So, wala lang. Wala naman tayong magawa niyan. No? Yan. Maganda yung statement ni Maminda. Oh. Learn how to manage your emotions. Learn how to manage your emotions. Emotions are deceiving. Therefore, we have to manage it well. Okay. Number 6. Ito yung last. Lifelong learning. No? Lifelong learning. I don't know about you. But me, I made it part of my agenda to keep on learning. I made it part of the program sa sarili ko on a day-to-day basis that I need to keep on learning in all things at saang mang aspeto na meron akong katransaksyon, dapat may matutunan ako sa bawat transactionist na meron ako. Because the day na you will stop learning, that is also the same day that I can call myself that I am good as dead. Only dead people stop learning. Only dead people. Eh kung hindi ka patay, then you have to keep on learning. Now, anong mangyayari kung hindi ka patuloy na magli-learn? Maiiwan ka ng panahon. Gaya ng nangyari sa Kodak. No? Ang Kodak po, hindi siya naniniwala sa digitalization. Akala niya na ang mga tao ay gusto pa rin dun sa film na mag-click-click ka ng camera. Minamaliit ni Kodak ang kakayahan ng digital world. So patuloy na ginagawa ng Kodak ang kanyang ginagawa. Ngayon, halos wala, hindi na ako nakakakita ng Kodak Center. Wala na pong nagpapadevelop ng film, ng camera. Meron na ngayon nagpapaprint na lang. Wala na pong nagpapadevelop ng film, ng camera. Napag-iwanan siya ng panahon. Hindi siya nakapag-catch up. Ganon din po ang nangyari ni Nokia. Akala ni Nokia, ay wala yung Android na yan. Ang mga tao gusto pa rin doon sa keypad-keypad. Binabaliwala ni Nokia. Anong nangyari? Wala na siya. Binili siya ni Microsoft pero hindi rin nakapag-take off kasi wala pang ginawa si Microsoft naman. Ganon din ang nangyari ni Motorola. Motorola na cellphone, wala na rin. Ericsson, wala na rin. Binili siya ni Sony pero hindi siya nag-digitalize. Wala na rin. Ang dami pong produkto na napag-iwanan po ng panahon dahil po hindi siya nag-evolve. Ganon din ang mangyayari sa atin bilang isang entrepreneur. Bilang isang entrepreneur, pag hindi po continuous ang learning ng bawat isa sa atin, mapag-iwanan po tayo ng panahon. Ang mga effective na dati nating ginagawa may no longer be effective today. Tama yung sinabi ni Queenie, si Bosch din. Ganon din, wala na si Bosch. Dati po pwede kang dati po pwede kang tumayo sa gate ng MEPSA at tapos magbibigay ka ng flyer at magre-response pa. Pero ngayon, pag pumunta ka doon, magpa-flyer ka, yung flyer na ibibigay mo, itatapon lang po sa basurahan. Wala na masyadong gumagawa. Dati po, pag nagbibenta ka, ang gagawin ay kakatok ka sa mga pintuan. Kakatok ka, magbahay-bahay ka, kakatok ka. Tapos magbibenta ka, mag-aalok ka. Ngayon po, hindi na po pwede natin gawin yan. Baka bariling ka. Mapagkamalan ka pa na magnanakaw. Nag-iba na ang approaches ng pagbibenta. Ang dami pong nagbago. Ang dami pong nagbago. Innovation is the key. Tama yung sinabi ni Milbert. Innovation is the key. At kasabay sa innovation ay ikaw. Dapat ikaw ay mag-innovate din. And the way to innovate is to keep on learning. Keep on learning. Putting more knowledge. Alam mo guys, ang dami pong negosyo na born out of the idea. Sometimes, weird na idea pa nga eh. But, it happened. Nangyari eh. So, it's a long process. Kaya nga, ito yung piece of advice ko sa inyo. Never think that you know it all already. Because the day na sasabihin mo sa sarili mo na alam ko na lahat yan, patay kang bata ka. You will refuse to accept learnings. And if there are learning sessions na gagawin, you will no longer or you will refuse to attend because you think of yourself as you know it all. For the past many years, I never think of myself that I know it all. I don't know it all. I enroll on training programs. I even pay, no? I even pay just to attend seminars of good speakers. Bakit to? Because I needed it. Because I needed it. Because I need to innovate myself as well. Kasi if we don't allow ourselves to grow and to widen the knowledge we have, sooner than later, all of the knowledge na meron po tayo ay mauubos po yun. At pag nauubos po yun, pag naubos na po yun, paano na? Saan ka nakukuha ng mga more ideas? So habang hindi pa po ubos, mag-refill ka. Mag-refill ng mag-refill. Okay? Entrepreneurs realize, always remember this, entrepreneurs realize they don't know everything. And the market is constantly changing. Ang market po, hindi po siya steady. It is changing every single minute of the day. What may be true today may no longer be true tomorrow. Every single day, there would be new inventions. Every single day, there will be new styles. And if you are not going to keep up with those innovations, maiiwan at maiiwan po tayo. Entrepreneurs always stays updated on systems, technology, and industry trends. Ulitin ko ha, bilang isang negosyante, dapat updated ka sa mga sistema na meron ka, sa technology na meron ka, sa industry na kung saan ka nabilong, dapat alam mo kung ano yung mga trend dyan. Kasi kung wala kang kaalam-alam sa kahit isa niyan, ang akala mo na mga ginagawa mo effective pa, pero hindi na. There are new systems that are in place right now in doing the business. And this is what we call the online world. Dati po, kadalasan sa atin ay nasa offline. Pero ngayon, nag-iba na ang mga pamamaraan, nasa online na po tayo. Nag-iba ang sistema. Ang dating mag-flyer ngayon, hindi na. Mag-Facebook ads na. Diba? Ang dating magdo-door-to-door, ngayon hindi na. Mag-online selling ka na lang. There are things that are changing. Now, whether you agree with me or not, we can no longer go back to where we used to be. We can no longer go back. Hindi na po natin kayang bumalik sa panahon ng mga typewriters. No? Hindi na natin kakayanin 'yan. Nababalik po tayo sa mga panahon ng mga typewriters. So, if the way we do business right now is already digital, then you have to learn all aspect of digitalization. And I believe most commonly na mga ginagamit natin is actually the social media. Iilan lang siguro sa atin na may sariling website. But whatever is that, the point is go digital. Go digital. And if you find yourself na ang pinaka-main platform mo is social media, by all means, learn how to do social media. Nang tama. Kasi may paraan kung paano siya gawin na tama. What you think may be probably right, but not until the time that you're going to learn from the expert, that's the time that you will begin to understand na meron parang paraan paano siya gawin na tama. Gaya ng Facebook ads. Akala ko po yung ginagawa ko po dati ay tama yon. Only to find out pala na yung mga ginagawa ko hindi pala tama. Mali pala siya. Kasi may science pala on how to do it. So ang ginawa ko, nag-enroll ako. Nagpa-tutor ako, nagpa-coach ako. Kasi hindi naman ako expert doon. And that would be the same recommendation that I will have for you. And because you are not expert on those areas yet, then find an expert so that you can learn how to do it. So that you are able to keep up with the trends in the industry. You know? By the way, I have a good training lessons with regards to FB ads, yung the way how to do it na tama. If you are interested with that, after the masterclass, you text me so that I can help you how to enroll. No? Because there are ways how to do it. And I will encourage you to really learn. I would encourage you to really learn. Unfortunately, it's not going to be me that will teach you about Facebook ads marketing because it's not my field, nevertheless. But I know one that can teach you. And if you wanted to be trained by this person, this is my personal recommendation because he is good. He is really good. No, he's really good. He can skyrocket your leads, no, your prospects, your contact. He can skyrocket it, and it can help you very well. No, so if you're interested with that trainer, text me after this one because I'm gonna share it to you. No. So that's it, no, for tonight, no, and I'll close with this one. By the way, if there are anybody that are first timer here, meron po ba tayong first time na nag-join sa atin tonight? Do we have first timers na ngayon lang po nakapag-join sa atin dito sa mastermind class natin? Do we have first timers? For those first-timers, please kindly acknowledge yourself para makilala po namin kayo at ma-welcome po namin kayo dito po sa community natin. Now, for those first-timer po, I would like to introduce myself. Ako po si Jofrin Villasencio. You can call me Coach Jofrin, no? I'm a businessman by occupation. I'm a teacher by profession. And at the same time, I'm a pastor by vocation. I am currently the president and CEO of the 818 Premier Properties Incorporated. And at the same time, I am the mission director of global missions through marketplace. So, sino ba? Meron ba ditong Meron ba ditong first timer? Do we have first timer on the house na ngayon lang po naka-attend sa atin? Okay. Now, I'll end and I'll close with this one. Being a businessman or an entrepreneur, you've got to take the risk. No? R for relationship, you need to invest on important things, and I summarize it in the word human. That's ours. That's utilize technology, material things, abilities, and network or contacts. No? And S is skills. You've got to learn some skills. And whether you like it or not, there are things that we really have to prepare. We really have to do. Now, ang journey na to ay minsan po a very lonely journey if you are going to do it all by yourself. But you don't have to do it all by yourself. Nandito po ang community natin na mag-i-encourage po ng bawat isa sa atin. At sisikapin po natin na itong lakbay po natin na to ay magbibigay po sa atin ng mga kaalaman. No? And I appreciate na you being here tonight. And I hope po na lahat ng mga pinag-usapan natin, ang pinaka-bottom line dito ay sana po ay mai-apply. I always end it there na sana po mai-apply. It's because lahat ng pinag-usapan natin ay magiging useless po to pag hindi po natin ito na-i-apply. So please apply it. Paunti-unti, little by little, until eventually you get used to what you are supposed to do. What is important that you are starting to apply it. Yun po ang pinaka-importante. Naumpisahan mo, na-i-apply mo ang lahat ng mga natutunan mo dito sa mastermind class po natin. Okay? So, maraming salamat sa oras po na binigay ninyo. Kita-kita po tayo. Sabado po, Sa Sabado, magkita-kita po tayo ulit. The same time po, 8:00 ng gabi. I will be broadcasting at that time on my in my residence in Toledo City. So nasa Toledo City ako by Saturday at doon po ako magbo-broadcast ng live, So ito lang po, as a gentle reminder. Ilagay na ninyo sa kalendaryo nyo ang 8:00. Alam mo, regular po yan. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Regular po yan 8:00. Pagpatak po ng 8:00, wag na po kayong magpa-mention. Pasok na kayo agad para makita-kita na tayo at mag-umpisa tayo. Thank you, and God bless you all. Good night! Bye-bye!